Thank you very much, Dennis, for the wonderful introduction. And I want to say thank you to all of you for being here today. And I especially also want to thank Council General Dor for being here with us today. It's always great to see him. And of course, I have to say, thank God it's not raining this time. Is that great? Thank God it's not raining today. It's just a little cold, but I mean, it's not raining, so this is really terrific for our celebration here. And I want to say to all of you, Shalom to everyone, and Happy Hanukkah, because this is a great celebration, and I am happy. I'm always happy when I have this celebration, and I'm always happy anyway here at this capital, because as you were just told that it is really a miracle when you come here as a farm boy from Austria, and then one day you end up being governor of the great state of California, which happens to be the greatest place in the world. So you got to be happy. Got to be happy. But anyway, I always look forward to this event, to this menorah lighting and to the Hanukkah celebration, because it is such a happy event where people come together. My friends come up here from Hollywood and from all over the state, and I have my various different friends from here from Sacramento that come here to the menorah lighting. Then we have friends that are here. Then we have the classroom kids that are in there in the Capitol that also join us. They have joined us until just 5 minutes ago when we finally got the code for them and they left. But this was also great to see them watching this the first time and watching a menorah lighting, and also to see all the children here that we're going to hand out gifts to later on, and to do the lighting and to do the dancing, which is one of those fun things that they make me do always. They invite me to dance up here in the Capitol steps. They say, Arnold, are you for the Meshuggah? Are you dancing with these guys? And so anyway, so I have a good time with all of those things, and that's why I always enjoy it. And this, of course, are tough times, as we have heard several times the day before, with so many people are hurting, but this is why it's important to reach back and to connect with the joys of our lives, and to celebrate being alive, and to celebrate being part of something much bigger than ourselves. And of course, I also celebrate at the same time that we are in the greatest state of the Union, and we are in the greatest country in the world. So this is a huge celebration, something that we can always celebrate every day. I want to say that thank you to the people that also make this happen. This doesn't happen by itself. There's a lot of volunteers that are working on this. There's people from us, Bismarck, Obando, that is working very hard and connecting with everyone. And there is, of course, in particular, Rabbis Kuhnen and Cohen of Chabad that are doing such an extraordinary job. So let's give them a big hand also for the great work that they are doing. And I want to just say thank you to them, not only for organizing this, but for being an organization and for being people that always think about one thing, and this is, how can we help other people that need help? Never think about themselves. I've never had with those rabbis a conversation where they ever say me or I. It's always about how can we reach out and help, and the amount of thousands of people they're feeding all the time, and the kind of drug treatment programs, and how they're reaching out for people with alcoholism and just doing those incredible things. This is a time, I mean, any time this is important, but this is a time where this is especially important. And so again, I want to have all of you give them a big hand for this great work and the great contributions for the state of California and the United States. This is, of course, the 15th year that we do that Chabad has brought the Hanukkah celebration here to the Capitol, and we're always very happy to have them here. It's always one of the highlights. Last week we celebrated the Christmas tree lighting. This week we are celebrating Hanukkah here, so this is really great. And I hope that this celebration also brings some luck to our budget negotiations. I can tell you that. I hope that this brings some luck, and that God has some power in this Capitol here, so they all come to their senses and come up with a budget solution very quickly, the Democrats and the Republicans. But anyway, it's a great place. I tell you, great debates are up there, and I hope that we can solve this problem very soon to help the people of California. The rabbis have asked me also to just say a few words today about the terrible tragedy recently in India, at the Indian city of Mumbai. And I think that we should talk a little bit about that, because amongst those murderers, or those cold-blooded terrorists 3 weeks ago, there were 6 people that were held hostage inside the Chabad Jewish Center. And I think that a lot of people have never even heard of Mumbai before. But, this terrible terrorist attack has put this city on a map. And we have seen it on television, and it was really horrible. They included Rabbi Gabriel Holzberg. That's the way I pronounce it in German, Holzberg. And his pregnant wife, Rivka, who were heroes in the Jewish community in Mumbai. They ran a synagogue, and they helped people that were struggling with poverty, and they were struggling with drug addictions. And of course they would have been heroes no matter where they lived, if it was in Mumbai or anywhere else in the world, because of the great work that they have done. But miraculously, even though in this tragedy and in this terrible, evil terrorist attack, there was something miraculously happening. The 2-year-old son, Moshe, was saved by his nanny. The nanny ran in and she found the 2-year-old boy right next to the dead parents. Grabbed that child and ran right by the terrorists. Think about that. This is bigger than action movies in Hollywood. Ran right by the terrorists and got this kid to safety. I mean, this is what is so miraculous. And in the worst of times, God will show us the light, which is the real message of Hanukkah. And this is why I think it was important to tell that story here. And we are blessed today with the presence of another Rabbi Holzberg right here, who is the Chabad rabbi from Monterey, California, the first cousin of the rabbi who gave his life in Mumbai. So let's give him a big, big hand. He's sitting right over here. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you also for your great work. Thank you. So when people talk about Hanukkah, they are drawn to the miracle of 1 day's worth of oil burning for 8 days. But this is a miracle, but the real miracle was the courage of the Jewish people and how it lives on to this day in the heroes like Holzberg and his nanny. Now, how it lives on in everyone who fights the tyranny with love, and how it lives on in the darkness with light, and how we have to fight fear with courage. It lives on in that. So this is what we celebrate here today. This is what we remember. This is what we must always commit ourselves to. So thank you very much again for having me here at this great, great celebration. Now let's continue on with the great, great speeches and with the great talks. I think the next speaker that's going to come out here is Rabbi Kuhn. Please come on out here, my great hero with this great, great work. Please give him a big thank you.